We are sipping out of our holiday cups that someone sent us. A girl makes these on Twitter, or no? What?
You got them sent to you. I have no idea what this is. All I know is that I'm wearing this sweatshirt that says "Make it reindeer." I just hope whoever sent it and whoever we're promoting is not racist.
Yeah, agreed. Mine says, "All I want for Christmas is tequila," which is true.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
And our cups say, I guess she's a fan of the podcast because she saw it and she said she wanted to send us some of her merch. My cup says, it's got Santa in gold chains on it, and it says, "Where my hose at?"
And mine says, it says "Making it reindeer."
Yeah, and he's throwing money in the air. Mm-hmm. Making it rain, dear. Mm-hmm. So, listen, what we want to say is if you want to send us free shit, we will wear it. This girl sells her stuff on Etsy.
Yeah.
I forgot her name, but thank you for sending it to us. She saw that we always drink tea on the podcast, and she sent us mugs.
She drinks tea. I drink frickin' coffee.
I drink tea. Coffee makes me poop.
Makes me poop. That's why I drink it.
Oh, great. Cool.
Hello.
Hello. Kate, I haven't seen you in a couple days.
I know. Wait, I'm going to give you a hug.
Okay, here's the messed up sound for hug.
Yeah.
What's been happening, buddy?
Oh, baby.
It's cold outside.
Now it is. It was hot this
Yeah.
weekend. And so I stayed in LA for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I had truly one of the best Thanksgiving breaks of my life.
Ugh.
It was so nice. I did karaoke on Wednesday night. Very fun.
Yeah, looked like you were drinking, so.
Oh yeah, no, I
We just want to make it clear, Kate definitely gave up Sober November. That's still.
and I even gave up my trying to reboot my own.
Yeah, guys, remember on the last podcast when Kate tried to tell me she really was done drinking?
I am trying to practice balance.
Yeah, you're killing it.
Perhaps you've heard of it. I only had a few drinks.
Okay.
I didn't get hammered at any point this
You're
weekend.
talking to me like I'm judging you. I love when you fucking drink. We're fun when we're sober, but baby, you should hang out with us when we're fucking drunk.
Yeah, it's fun.
Did you come yet?
No.
Do you want to dive into that at all? Did you dive into your pussy at all this week?
No.
Why?
Because I was busy.
I masturbated this morning and
Good
last
for
night
you.
after having sex.
Having sex last night. Huh?
Yeah, I did. Guys, here's the thing. It wasn't with a new person, so I can't really say that it's November accomplished, but I have been having sex. I've been lying to you guys.
Yep. Ooh, baby. Somebody's embarrassed of who she's hooking up with.
I didn't think it was worth talking about because it's not a new person. It's just somebody that I'm casually having sex with who also happens to be my neighbor, and that's why it's easy and convenient.
Listen, I just want you to live your best life, okay?
And by living my best life, it's by,
Hey, listen, I'm here for you. Whatever you want to do, I'm here for you.
The same way I'm not judging you about drinking again.
This is different.
Don't judge me about having sex with someone again.
Different.
Listen, Kate, if you had good dick a block away, you'd be doing. By the way, Dad, I know you're listening to these podcasts. Please turn it off.
Kelsey's dad said, I'm trying to listen to these.
My dad told me over the holiday break that he tries to listen to these, but he just doesn't think we're the demographic. For the fuck's sake, Dad, turn it off and turn back on CNN. Whatever. Kate, why aren't you coming, huh? Why didn't you fucking masturbate? If I have time, you have time.
I had a really good weekend experiencing a lot of art.
Yep.
Yeah, I did. So we did freaking karaoke, and then we had a Friendsgiving, which was so much fun. And then on Friday, I went to this show put on by Queens of the New Age, and it was honest to God. Quinta hosted it.
Quinta's another BuzzFeeder. I'm sure you guys all know who she is.
She described the show as medicine that you needed even though you didn't know you were sick.
Ooh. And then you saw another show last night. You were just full of art this week.
Yeah, I saw my friend's show at the Groundlings. It was really good. How was that?
I was afraid you were going to ask that.
I already know how Kelsey's Thanksgiving was, and I can't fucking wait for you guys to know.
I'm just going to give the highlights, and by highlights, I mean the lowlights.
Oh, baby, do you?
Last week, I talked about how my family is just a little off kilter.
Did you say last week?
Oh, did I?
Yeah, I think you did.
My brain is going into...
Last week I talked about.
My brain is going into a
Mama
fog.
went back to Missouri.
I'm not from Missouri, but a lot of my family lives there. We got a mixture of different types of people. We got a lot of like hardcore liberal New Yorkers mixed with middle American Republicans. It was a lot of emotional energy spent, but hey, that's how, most of America has to live every single day. So I was glad to do the work that I needed to do while I was there.
Get to the good stuff.
Okay, so I got in the car, my hair is shorter. My uncle asked first thing, are you more lesbian now? Because I have shorter hair.
Not even
Not even like a hi, how are ya?
But the fact that you said, are you more lesbian? Like, are you...
Like a shorter haircut makes me gayer.
But also he didn't say, are you more of a lesbian now? It was
Yeah.
just, are you more fluent now? Like it was, are you more lesbian now?
That was on the car ride from the airport.
But my favorite story is coming up.
Then we decided, by the way, I gotta mention, I by the time this comes out, I will have been sober for 30 days. I stayed sober throughout all of this. Then my cousins proceeded to play cocaine and catchphrase, which is where you play the game catchphrase and also do cocaine. Just imagine those two things together. I've never heard someone scream, Morgan Freeman, so loud in my life. Then, mind you, I was watching all of this. I wasn't partaking in any of the festivities.
This is so much fun for me.
Then we went to spread my cousin's ashes, and my aunt proceeded to dump the ashes right as my grandfather's dog jumped in the air to bite them, and a little white dog became gray, covered in soot of my dead cousin's ashes. So that was, I stayed sober though. Stayed sober.
My God.
Anyway, that's how my Thanksgiving went. Speaking of how embarrassing my Thanksgiving was, we should get into today's theme of the episode, baby. Adult Shit with a 1, the podcast where we fuck up so you don't have to.
Very nice.
Today's theme is?
Today's theme is a 2-part theme. Because here's what happened. When we were talking about themes, Kelsey thought it was guilty pleasures. And I thought it was just embarrassing stories.
So we're gonna combine both and tell you some guilty pleasures and embarrassing stories.
Yeah.
And the reason why we're doing this, because last week's episode, we got so much goddamn feedback.
And the overwhelming response was people being like, it made me feel like I'm not alone, which is really important. That's what we want. We want people to know. Yeah, I heard my mom describe a meme as, I just like them because they make me feel less alone, which is, it's just that idea of being able to relate to other people.
Yeah.
So we figured, A, you're not alone. You're never, we all have shit. Everyone has shit. And everyone feels, honest to God, everyone feels the same way. So open up if you can.
Yeah.
People are there. People want to connect.
Yeah.
But then going off of that, we figured we could share some embarrassing stories / guilty pleasures that might make you guys also feel like you're not alone when things get weird.
And listen, my life is an embarrassment, okay? You gotta
No,
learn.
it's not. No, it's not.
You gotta learn how to laugh in the rain, or some white girl saying like that.
You have to learn how to laugh in the rain
You
and
dance
like the snow isn't.
I love that Amy Schumer joke where she says, as problematic as she is, I love her bits where she says, she's like, dance like no one's watching. Well, dance like a few people are watching.
I love Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think she's as problematic as people think. I think she has good intentions. I think she got caught up in the Lena Dunham.
She didn't say anything in that interview. She didn't say, Lena Dunham said all the shit.
Yeah.
In that interview.
And Amy got dragged for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Lena kept her shit in there, and why would you even keep all of your stuff in there when it's an interview?
She's got to just step away for a minute. And I'm sick of having to make statements every time she does something, you know? Like at this point, I've hoped that I've like removed my opinions enough far away from her that like, as a white female, I feel like every time she does something, I have to remind people like, she doesn't speak for all white women, but she does speak for a giant fucking majority of white women who don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, I have a theory that I think it's important for people to fuck up so that we can learn, because I think she speaks to a greater population than we want to admit. And I think that a weird trend that happened was a bunch of other like non-famous white women were like, that's not me, not all white women. It's like, chill for a second. Yeah, though.
Yeah,
you have fucked up like that. I've fucked up like that. You fucked up like that. She said it in the public eye. I'm not defending her at all, specifically with the last fucking thing she said.
Jesus Christ.
Just be aware. I think that it's really important to talk about times when you do fuck up and be like, I think it's also important to listen to other people when they're fucking up and be like, where is this coming from? So it's kind of like, instead of being like, there's a leak in the house, this whole house is shit. It's like, no, find the fucking pipe.
Damn, you're so fucking good at metaphors, man.
Thank you.
You had a great metaphor last week when me and a friend got into a little tiff, and it was more emotional than like, we weren't mad at each other. It was just like emotionally tiffed. And Kate had this incredible metaphor because I felt like I kept trying to defend myself and the other person was defending herself.
She unintentionally hurt someone.
Yeah, and Kate gave this great metaphor that was like, it's like when you swing your arms out and you hit someone behind you. You obviously didn't mean to hit them, but you did. And you have to acknowledge that you hit someone even if it was unintentional, and that person is hurt. And they have every
it doesn't
right
matter how many times you said it was an accident, it was an accident, or I didn't mean to. It's like, no, I'm still fucking hurt. I feel like it's also, we live in a really weird culture right now where people just are like, cut out a toxic person. But I think some people are bad people. I think that some people are so fucked up and they're beyond whatever. But I think majority of people are salvageable. Yeah. No one's perfect. I know Twitter leads you to believe that people are perfect and there's like the right thing to say and everybody's woke, and that's just not fucking true. Specifically, if you're white, dude, you don't know more than. You're white. That's it. Done. That's it. You could be an ally the best you can. But the main thing is, don't try to separate yourself from the fact that you're white, because if you were to step back and really look, people in every other like race, gender, ethnicity, like whatever, people are being judged all the time for something they can't control. So welcome to leveling out.
And it's like we're so conditioned to see the world as we've seen it, which has catered to white faces and white people. That like when someone goes, oh wow, it would be cool if someone of a different race was in this movie, and we're like, well, what's wrong with the white person doing it? And it's like, because you've been conditioned to believe that that's whatever normal is. I just finished an incredible book over Thanksgiving break called The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. It's being made into a movie. And there's a great section where a black family is explaining to a white boy how, like, the white guy asks, why are black people's names so complicated and weird? And they're like, they're not. You just have plain ass boring names that you've been hearing forever, like Chris. Like, how many Chris's do you fucking know? And a lot of black names come from like African American historical, like meaningful names, and that's like just a eye opener. The way that you can be like, oh wow, I've just been led to believe that what is quote unquote normal are names like fucking Chris and Brian and Jane and. You have to open up your eyes to that. That's normal for you, and what's normal for the rest of the world. Like, most of the world is Spanish speaking, and we're so fucking ignorant to think that like English is, the dominant language or whatever. Like,
moral of the story is we could only speak to the white experience. Yeah, obviously, I'm never going to try to speak for any other experience other than what I've been through. Just as for other white women listening.
Fucking listen.
Listen. Just keep listening. Listen. Listen to other women. Know that you're not perfect. Yeah. And don't turn your Lena fucked up this last time, but I think that everyone fucks. And this is not being like Lena's okay. This is not me saying that. It's just you have fucked up too. Yeah. So learn
from that.
That's our big. Just learn
from your leak.
Fix your fucking leak.
Speaking of being an embarrassing white woman.
If we fuck up, let us know.
Oh yeah, please do.
We will.
Speaking of embarrassing white women, should we talk about embarrassing stories?
Yes. Okay. So when I was younger, I thought that
You're already laughing. We haven't even gotten into the fucking story.
It's just, I really thought I was nailing it. Like, I really, really thought I was doing a good job at presenting myself to the world.
How old were you when this
14, I guess. So I was 14, I would slick my hair back in a ponytail and put about roughly 3,000 of those little clips in the bottom so that there would be smooth. There were no bumps. I needed it to be fucking smooth.
Yeah, 90s girls will remember.
And I would wear shirts that I used to have my grandma take me to the Salvation Army to get these, like, I loved funny shirts. Yeah. So it's amazing that I'm wearing this shirt right now. That I'm
all I want for Christmas is tequila.
And I would just, hate it. My grandma used to say all the time, like, hey, please let me brush your hair. And I was like, no! I just wouldn't let her. Mind you, it was amazing how my cheeks very subtly just became my chest. It was just soft. It was just a soft blend from cheek to chest.
Okay.
There was not much of it. It's just a rotund.
So you were a goofy looking teen.
I was just this rotund little.
Great word.
I was like a little meatball.
Aww, little meatball Kate.
Anyway, but in my head I was like, I'm fucking Jennifer Lopez. Like I really thought I was like killing it. And I used to wear, okay, anyway. So my one friend was super hot. Like my one friend, and she still is, but she.
Is this the friend you showed me?
Yeah.
Oh my God. This girl is fucking beautiful.
She's literally like the hottest person alive
I've ever seen.
And
that was your best friend growing up?
Yeah, one of them,
Jesus fuck.
I know, really hard. Look at me.
God, it all makes sense now.
I know.
Oh my God.
She would always, like, older guys loved her. So this one kid who was like a guy who was a couple years older who had his license. He was in 10th grade and we were in 8th. So he went to high school. We were still in middle school. And I was like,
what a hoe.
Yeah, let me tighten up my Velcro fucking sandals. I had the Adidas sandals that like massage your feet.
Oh yeah, those are nice. Those are
and toe socks.
Oh, those aren't.
Colorful toe socks. I like to show my personality through my toe socks. I had on Adidas pants with the stripes down the side and a shirt that had dolphins airbrushed on it with my hair pulled back.
Please, for the love of God, if any of our listeners draw, can you please make some fan art of 8th grade Kate and tag us in it on Instagram or
Mind
Twitter?
you, what I normally did in 8th grade was go to my grandmother's house after school and play Scrabble with her. That's what I did. So this one day is when I went out.
Oh, we just wildly different upbringings.
I know, very different. And we'd have grilled cheese. It was great. But anyway, so we get in his car and we're driving around and I am terrified. I remember watching Grease and the part where Frenchie goes, the only guy a girl could depend on is a daddy. And my dad was like, that's right, men are garbage. Listen to that, the devil will get you. He didn't actually say it like that, but he really instilled the fear of God when it came to guys. So I thought all guys were trying to either fuck me or kill me.
Oh, wow, what a way to live.
I'm in the car just shaking in my little toe socks.
You're hanging out with this guy and your friends?
Yeah, and so for whatever reason, I'm like, but I still felt really hot. Like I really thought I was J-Lo. So I was like, he goes, do you guys want to go to the park? And my first reaction, I just spazzed out, just went, I know where there's guns.
What? Guns? Like you're gonna shoot him?
Yeah, like you better not try any funny business, buddy.
And you were sober?
8th grade.
Oh, I smoked a lot of pot in 8th grade.
And he was just like, okay. And I was like, maybe I should go home.
Wait, what is it about parks? That's like where we all hung out, like middle school, high school.
There's no, because it's free.
What was your nickname that you had in high school or middle school?
This wasn't middle. It wasn't until high school that I got this nickname. So like I said, my friend was really hot.
Oh God.
And guys would come up and try to like flirt with her all the time. And then I acquired the name Cockblock.
Kate the Cockblock.
They called me CB for short.
Oh my God.
Funnily enough, I never had a date to prom. Well, I never had anyone ask me to prom. I actually had someone turn me down when I asked them to prom.
No.
He wasn't even in my grade. It wasn't even like he was waiting for someone else to ask him. He just turned me down.
How did you ask him?
I just said, do you want to come to prom with me? And he was like, oh, my mom's not going to let me. And I was like, cool, cool. And then he was at prom with someone else.
Oh, no.
But I took my musical theater friends, which were way better because they danced.
Dude, musical theater friends in high school are the fucking shit tits. They're fucking weird. They don't give a shit what anyone thinks.
Oh, that was my, those are my people.
Those were my people, too. I was super, super balls deep in musical theater in high school.
I was in a couple plays in high school and musicals, but I did community theater. So I wouldn't even, because like in high school, you kind kind of had to pay your dues and be like ensemble.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was like, I'm not staying 4 hours every night to do ensemble
Oh
work.
man, I did. I peaked in fucking high school. I had friends galore. I went to junior prom when I was a sophomore.
We lived very different lives.
Most likely to succeed. I also sold weed with a bunch of seniors. I was the little white girl who would sell weed to teachers.
Jesus Christ, Florida's a real place.
I will stand by that statement when I say I peaked in high school.
Luckily, I did not. Thank God.
My nickname in high school was the dead giveaway because we would get high all the time and everyone else knew how to like hold their weed, I guess. And I knew how to hold it. My physical structure just couldn't hold it. My eyes would glass over so bad. And like we'd go to Chili's or something and all my friends would be acting chill and then the waitress would be like, what can I get you? And I'd be like, I'm high. I'm super high. Can you give me some fajitas? And so my friends all called me the dead giveaway.
It's hard to be in a restaurant like that when you're high, though.
I don't smoke anymore. I don't smoke anymore. I take CBD for my pain, but I don't smoke weed because I have had too many embarrassing moments. I went from smoking every single day in high school, every single day, wake and bake, after school, after musical theater practice, to something changed in my chemical makeup in college where I started to freak the fuck out. I think it was just the fact that I like had responsibility now.
Yeah.
And I took a gravity bong hit on 420 my freshman year of college and was high for 3 days. And decided I'm not gonna fucking smoke anymore. And then a few years went by and I would try it here and there again and it never panned out well for my anxiety.
Yeah.
And even I would say it was last year, a year ago, someone at BuzzFeed, he was like, oh, I can get you weed that is so chill. It's just for pain. So he brings a joint pre-rolled for me and I'm like, oh, can't wait. Tonight I'm just gonna have a self-care night. I'm gonna get in the bathtub, I'm gonna smoke this weed, gonna have some chicken nuggets. Everything's gonna be great. Well, I sat on the toilet and smoked the entire joint to myself because I was like, I don't feel anything. And I used to smoke a lot back in the day. Smoking a joint was nothing. Like I used to roll full fucking like Dutch blunts.
But it's different now.
Yeah, and so I got...
Also, that was Tampa weed.
Yeah, this is like straight up LA Kush. I got so high. I almost drove myself to the hospital, but I couldn't even drive.
Thank God you didn't get behind the wheel.
I could not drive. I was puking my brains out because I think my nerves, my nerves just got really high. Then I was shitting my pants, like puking and shitting at the same time. I called my sister in Florida and
That's
it was
always
like
so uncomfortable because you just sit on the toilet
and
then
puke
in the
trash can.
Yeah.
We've all been there. We've all done it.
Oh man, just flying out of both ends.
I called my sister and made her stay on the phone with me until my boyfriend at the time could get there. And when he showed up to my apartment, I fell into his arms like an infant and I made him cradle me to sleep. And then I woke up completely fine the next day, but that emotionally will rock you. And so I don't really touch weed anymore. That's my embarrassing story, I guess.
I once smoked weed by myself. I was like, I'll just, sort of same thing. I'm like, I'm just gonna smoke a little bit.
Nope. Nope.
We had sliding doors in the apartment that we lived in, like sliding doors for like a little balcony area. I smoked and then I was just sitting there. I'm just like, all right, cool. And then someone upstairs, this is what actually happened. Someone opened the sliding door, but it created one like, and in my head, in my super stoned head, what made absolute sense and what I was fully certain of was that, oh my God, there's a witch.
What?
There is a witch here. There's a witch coming here right now. She's working upstairs and she's coming down here.
Oh my God.
And I hopped up and honest to God, it's as if I had been through this before. I was like, I know what to do. I know the drill. And I just went into the bathroom and just sat there until someone came home. Doors locked.
Here's the thing, we should also mention that weed helps a lot of people.
A lot of people.
We are not anti-weed in any sense. I think it's it's medicine. It's a plant.
It was a funny thing to sit in the bathroom.
But there are some times where if you are not a weed person, where you end up in the bathroom either shitting and puking or waiting for a witch to come take you. And
I was so calm about it. I was just sitting in the bathroom like, this is where I'll stay. This is where I'll stay safe.
She can't get me in here.
No, I was just like, yeah, I'll chill in here. I took a bath. It was nice. But I was just like, the witch is outside.
Dude, I have so many embarrassing stories about fucking weed.
I have embarrassing stories about not fucking.
Oh.
Would you like to hear one?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I was trying to hook up with this guy. So I'm hanging out with this guy, and whatever, we went into his room to like, we were drinking a lot, so we were gonna go like hook up, right? He kept trying to like have sex, and I was like, do you have a condom? He was like, no, let's do it anyway. I was like, absolutely not. I was like, I think we're done here. And
wow, good for you, Kate.
I mean, I hadn't had sex yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I
you
was
gotta
just like,
fuck with a condom.
because I liked him too. I was just like, yeah, I'll have sex with this guy. That's fine. Whatever. And then he didn't have a condom, and I was like, not today, baby, because I know it would be me, the one who didn't have sex for so long. The one time you do have sex, you're gonna get pregnant. And I was like, not today.
Baby.
So, and I didn't really know what to do with a dick. And so when he like kind of guided my hand down to his dick.
I mean, it's not a Rubik's Cube, it's just a dick.
Oh, but it feels like one. Because I get there and I just, with my hands, the way you would go, like play a piano that you've never touched, I just went,
No, Kate, you didn't.
I truly went to his dick, and then I went, maybe we should go.
Like a piano?
Yeah, I just, and then of all the things I know how to do with my hand, I did that. I chose that.
Oh my God.
And then literally after I just went, I think we're done.
And was he just like, all right.
But I was so embarrassed about that because I was just like, I don't know what to do. Because also he was like really drunk, so his dick was all weird. It was like kind of hard. It felt like,
It's called flaccid. Or
but it was
whiskey
also,
dick.
it was like a little hard, but also
Yeah.
not. It just felt like there was something inside a lot of other stuff.
Kind of like one of those jelly toys,
Yeah,
you know, with
that
the
keeps
sparkles
going.
in it, and no matter what happens, it's like you're always gonna drop it.
Yeah, and I just was like, not now. I'm just not in the mood to learn.
Yeah.
So I said, let's just go to bed. So we go to bed, and then I wake up, my eyes shoot open in the morning, and I was like, oh my God, I have made a mistake.
Oh no.
I was so embarrassed. So I get up very sneaky.
Like a cartoon character on your tippy toes.
Oh, baby, I'm backing out of the room. I'm like, ooh, I'm getting out of here alive. And then I open the door, and it creaks a little bit. And then I'm like, uh-oh. And then I back into what I then found out was the closet. And he woke up, and he was just like, that's the closet. And then he like walked me to the front door, kissed me on the eye.
I hate that.
And then I didn't hear from him for like 3 years.
I hate that. Well, wow, that's the long game, A. And B, I hate that shit. When like after you've hooked up with someone, especially the next day when like you haven't brushed your teeth, maybe you had a dick in your mouth or something, and it's like you don't know if you're supposed to kiss because you're like, well, we're not into each other.
Yeah.
We just wanted to hook up.
Oh, I thought we were gonna get married after that. I was like, oh, he's gonna love me, even though I was sneaking.
Oh, sweet, sweet Kate.
Boy, oh boy, my perspective is really influenced by all of my demons.
But I mean, like I have that issue too with like.
I'm sweating through my fucking deer sweatshirt. Holy shit.
Reliving these memories. I mean, I go through that too, like where when you're hooking up with someone, do you like kiss when you say hello, even though it's just sex?
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, there's no wrong way to do things. I think movies have given us an idea of what we think relationships are supposed to look like. And where's my movie on polyamory, huh? Where's my movie on bisexuality, huh? Where's my movie on open relationships, huh?
Hey, stop. We should just make those.
Oh, okay. I'm into it. Speaking of fucking, you know what we should do?
What?
I think we should introduce our new segment. We're gonna call this Phone a Fred.
I'm hungry.
Instead of phone. What?
Sorry.
I'm
hungry.
Side note by Kate. We're gonna call our friend Freddie and ask her opinion and advice on things. Because
We're gonna check in about Hovember's over now. This is the last day of Hovember.
So
we're
we
gonna
need to
recap.
hear.
Hello?
Freddie, our girl.
Hey, bitches.
Freddie, this is our first ever Phone a Fred segment. Are you so fucking excited?
First of all, this is the perfect segment because it's all about me. It's a beautiful play on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which is my favorite show.
That is a great
Wait,
show.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is your favorite show?
It's my favorite game show, hands down.
Over
I don't
Family
care-
Feud?
Family Feud.
I don't care about Family Feud. I don't care about The Price is Right.
Wow.
Fred,
At me.
you know what? I'll at you.
We're gonna do a little wrap up since it's the last day in November. We're gonna do a wrap up on how Hovember went. So
Yeah.
Fred, how'd we do, buddy?
Huh. Well, the thing is, I had a better October than I did a
Oh,
Nice.
October.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like November was a real, it was a real journey. It was a real mental journey. It was an
Ooh.
emotional journey. You
It
know?
was.
It was finding out who Freddie is, finding out.
Aw.
It was finding out who Freddie knocking on the door of 30 is. You know, it's really.
You're not
Really?
30.
You're not even
Really?
close to 30.
You're not even
I am.
close to 30.
I'm knocking on the door of it.
No, you're not. You're like
I'm a
3
few
blocks
steps
away.
I'm a few steps away. You know.
Blocks. You're blocks away.
We also like didn't go out a ton. Like and I think us being semi sober had a lot to do with
Yeah.
it. We spent a lot of time indoors. Did you do any like Bumbling or dating apps this month?
I did a little. Actually, I got back on Tinder.
Oh,
I got back on Tinder because Bumble was just starting to get old. It was literally the same exact people that I just
Oh, yeah,
kept
that's
swiping
always
past,
sad.
you know? And I was like, you know what? Let me switch it up. Let me find something new-ish. So I went back on Tinder. You know what?
what?
I'm real. Like I go through my phases, right?
Yeah.
I'll go through like phases of like heavy swiping for like a couple weeks straight. Then I delete them all and like don't do anything for a month.
Yes.
But honestly, like I actually got inspired by you, Kels, to just start, especially being like trying to like be more sober, but like reading more this week.
Oh my God. I love to read. I read
Yeah.
fucking a lot. Too much, some might
And
say.
I had way more fun and honestly also learned more about myself reading Gabrielle Union's memoir.
Oh, what's it
Yeah.
called? More
And
wine or
swiping.
something?
It's like we're gonna need more. We're gonna
Wine.
need more wine.
Oh,
I think.
gal after our own hearts.
Yeah, basically it was just about relationships, and I know that this is like a very cliche way of talking about November, but I just learned more about myself.
Oh, that's
and just,
great.
Like, taking a step
That's the
back.
best November.
Yes.
Fred,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
saying earlier that what a good time we had at the Queens of the New Age show.
Yes.
And I was thinking, like, for personally my Hovember, which wasn't, I really I hate going to bars. I'm not going to go to a bar and push my tits up and, compete with other people. I want to be around like-minded people. And I feel like
Totally.
we had such a fun time. And I feel like that's the type of stuff I want to go to, and learning more about where I would like to meet someone that I would like to hoe
Yes.
with.
Yes. Bars are not
learning
the best
yeah,
place to
it's-
hoe.
Because we were talking, Kate, too, about like or also Kelsey, like more events as opposed to bars. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's like, I think that's key because you do find more people who are just like more like
Like-minded.
in line with
Yeah.
your thoughts and like goals and all that.
Yeah, like if you go to like a Harry Potter memorabilia museum and you find someone else there that also likes Harry Potter memorabilia, like
Yeah.
that's a bigger turn on to me than just like some random at a bar.
This was also
Totally.
like really nice. I feel like there's something that I would always avoid, which is like vulnerability in any way. I would try to avoid it. And I feel like there were so many people who were saying things that I was like, yes, I agree. But and they're saying them like
Yeah.
on stage, and they're like pouring their hearts out on stage. And I'm like, so there is a place for people like us.
You do with this
Totally.
podcast, Kate.
Yeah, I know, but it was nice to see. It's when you're not alone and
Yeah.
finding places where you could listen to other people
Yeah.
and not just bars just are like cold to
Yeah.
me and like
Really unapproachable, surprisingly. It's hard
and it
to
just sort of
approach
feels like
people in bars.
I'm like competing with a bunch of other just traditionally hot people, and I just want to go somewhere where it's not just that. You know what I mean? It's sort of
there's
like
more
window
substance to
shopping
it.
where there's just like, let's meet people.
I love that. I think that is such a good wrap up that like we had this idea in our head of what it was going to be and we did like the complete opposite, but I think all of us are happier
Yeah.
for it and because of it and are learning a lot about ourselves.
Yeah, I agree 1,000%. Like I feel honestly like a real sense of renewal.
Ooh.
Me
from
too.
Just like leaning into like other parts of myself. You
Ooh.
know what I mean? Like there's just other, like going to events, reading more, like
Yes.
watching a movie that I may not have ever thought to watch. You know,
Uh-huh.
like we were watching Obvious Child like this past weekend, and that was a cool like indie film to watch with like Jenny Slate, and like just really like
So
leaning
good.
into other parts of
That is a
myself
good movie.
and all of us ourselves. Like that was just I think that's so valuable.
And like to
Yeah.
never have our time anymore be focused around love and dating and sex. I think we give so much as women just in general to like this idea of what our value comes from and really finding things that make us truly happy, like art or events or
Yeah.
hanging out with friends. We all hung out so much this month.
Yeah,
like,
and I
we
met new
did.
people too, which was really nice to have like really in-depth right off the bat conversations with
Yeah.
other people who have similar mindsets, but we might not be in the same circle or be in the
Yeah.
same like I might see them all the time, but it's really nice to check in with other people. It just felt very, very beautiful and refreshing, and I'm super inspired.
And the best ending to November for me, which is hilarious, is that I'm ending the month with getting a cat.
Oh yeah, what's her name, Fred?
Oh my God, it's true. Fred is adopting the most
Such a cute
adorable.
kitten.
Wow, couple goals, majestic.
What's her
Talk
name,
about the
Fred?
royal family. What's her name?
Roberta Sinclair.
Oh God, that is so fucking
She
funny.
also, for real, looks like Freddie.
With my free time this holiday season, I might knit her a little kitty beret.
Oh
so
my
we can take
God.
photos.
Are you freaking joking me?
That's I cannot wait. Fred, people need to go follow you on Instagram so they can start seeing cat photos. What's your Insta?
My Insta is at ransomnote, RANSOME_note.
Oh,
And on
guys.
Twitter as well. Follow Roberta and I's journey.
This is incredible. I totally forgot about the cat. That's the perfect wrap up.
I have 2 more questions, just real quick. Freddie, when do you get this cat?
Okay, so I'm hoping to get this cat within the next week. She's a rescue, so she has to go to the vet, make sure everything in proper working order, and then I will pick her up over the weekend.
Awesome. I have a toy for her. And then also, should we all eat lunch together today?
Oh, I can eat lunch together.
Yes, we should.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, we love you, Fred. Thanks so much. That was Phone a
Love you,
Fred.
Fred.
Yes, thank y'all
Bye.
for calling. Have a great day.
Bye,
too,
Fred.
bye.
Bye. Oh,
So that was
Fred.
Phone a Fred, which is going to happen a lot.
Because we just like talking to her. We
Yeah.
wish she was here all the time.
Yeah, she's busier though.
She's super fucking
super
busy with
busy.
Ladylike.
How was your November?
I do have a date this weekend coming up with a guy that I'm like really excited to meet, and I think we have a lot in common. And look, I'm protecting my heart and my vagina the best I can. And
That's all we could ask.
The biggest takeaway from November was really like the sobriety aspect of it. And I think knowing that I don't need to drink to have confidence, to be sexual, to have fun, frankly. What about you, Kate? Sorry, I call Kate Coat sometimes and it's just gonna happen, so get used to it.
Well, I didn't hoe at all. I think though that I'm kind of still on like in the same vein as Freddie, where I just feel like I learned a lot about myself. What I thought I was gonna do, I didn't do at all. But then I did something what feels way better. Like it just feels a lot better to be. I just feel like inspired now and a little more hopeful about the caliber of people that are out there to talk to, and maybe form, whether it's like a romantic relationship or just a relationship at all. It was really, really nice and refreshing to see that there are just so many people out there going through the same things or having totally different experiences that are just so fun to like hear about and listen to and connect on.
Yeah. And we want to hear your stories too, how November went for you guys.
Yeah.
There's December coming up. What's a pun for hoeing in December? Oh, ho in December.
Let's shelf it.
We'll workshop it. We'll
It could
table
be
that
like
one.
December.
Guys, should we give our shout outs for the week?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, my shout outs this week is at Georgie Loveship, at Dancing Girl 1995, and at Team Monies. Thank you so much for writing to me.
Yes, I don't have the actual handle, so I'm not gonna shout it out, but I will say, I think your name's Mandy Sings, Shar, and Anna Maria. Thank you. That we got so many people reached out, and I want to say all of your names. The whole podcast would be about that, which is a beautiful problem to have.
We're
really,
just so thankful.
we read all of them. I try to respond. Also, I kind of want that, like, definitely reach out. I love hearing about you and whatnot. If you're feeling down or you're feeling hopeless, there are places to call. There's hotline. There's free hotlines. There's free support groups. There's online forums. We are not experts.
No, we're not. We're actually the opposite. We're
I
pretty bad
mess
at
up all the
things.
time.
Yeah.
So just so you know, like, we're listening to you. We're with you,
We're
but
standing with
there
you.
are other people around you who can help.
Yeah, and if we could write to everyone, we would. But honestly, like, the reason why I haven't reached out back to a lot of people is because the responses are so thoughtful and emotional. And if I just send back like a heart emoji, I don't feel like it does it justice. So I really try to take my time, like when when someone writes something really heartfelt. I want to give all that energy back to you. And so if I haven't gotten back to you, I'm sorry, but I love you and thank you. And we just love fucking doing this, guys.
It's great.
And the holiday season, we're about to get into Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa time, and Kate and I are gonna be separating for a couple weeks. I'm going down to Boca Raton, Florida, to film a mini documentary about chronic pain, which I'm sure we'll do an episode about eventually. But
Boca's in Florida?
yes, Kate. Kate thought I was going to Bora Bora for some reason for the last month. No, I'm going to Boca. I cannot wait to go down there, and I can't wait to show you guys the videos, but Kate and I will be separated.
Yes.
So we're gonna figure out a way to still do the pod. And you've got your Unfortunately Ashley series coming out soon.
Oh yeah, December 15th, baby.
So mark it in your cals. Guys,
Anyway.
this has been Adult Shit with a 1. Please rate and subscribe to us on iTunes. It's a lot more helpful than YouTube views.
Yeah.
You can follow me at Kelsey Dara on all the things, and Kate Peterman on Instagram, and KTP on Twitter.
Yeah.
People keep tagging this poor girl on Twitter in all of my tweets.
I'm gonna try to change it. I'm
At
gonna try
Kate
to
Peterman on Instagram.
It's kind of funny. I don't care if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram.
Yes, we
so
do. We
don't
love
find
talking
me.
to you guys.
Don't find me. Yeah, no, do it.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Fucking bye.